What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to be taking a look at my new obsession. Oh, I'm so stoked. Okay, so quick backstory about the Kaweco sport. I have had multiple of these. I had the original black and gold one. I had the Skyline, so it was like a soft mint color with silver trim. And I have had one of the aluminum version ones. And when I made, I think, the same journey that a lot of people in their fountain pen career, if you want to call it that, make, where you go from these like entry-level pens, you start making your way into the higher level pens like the gold nibs, and you start spending, a couple $100 on each pen, and you sort of start looking at something like this as junior, lesser than, and I sort of just like started to snub them. So I sold all of my like entry-level pens basically, including all of my sports. And as I'm sort of entering like the senior phase, in my opinion, of my fountain pen world, is that I'm starting to realize that there is a time and a place for these pens. Now, I'm never one to usually take pens and travel. I'm usually a sit at my desk, cup of tea, record player on, journaling kind of thing. Like, I get really into the analog world in a certain setting. I don't typically use them on the go. So that's why I sort of started to snub these when I got into the higher level pens. But there's 100% a time and a place for these guys, even if you don't travel with them. And I really miss them. So this is the original pen that I've picked up, and I've done a re-review of this pen. So that's not what this video is about. This video is about the different nib sizes, because oh, I have fallen down the Kaweco rabbit hole. So I now have an extra fine, a fine, a medium, and a broad nib. So I thought I would share my love with these Kaweco sports and show you guys what the different nib sizes are like. Now, I'm gonna have to preface this. This is not a scientific review, in the sense that all four of these pens have different inks in them. So that does play a minor role in the performance of like the size. And they have all been tuned to my liking. So they've all been smoothed out a little bit and made to be slightly wetter than normal. But that said, I still think that they're true to the size of the original nib, like before they were slightly tuned. So if you want to see like an out of the box, hasn't been touched, all with the same ink, all in the same, everything like that, head over to gouletpens.com. Brian Goulet, they spend a lot of time over there, being as like quote unquote unbiased as possible for you guys. So check out their nib nook. You'll see all of the same things. To be honest, out of curiosity, I looked at their site, I looked at what I saw, and even after slight tuning, they're pretty much the same. Slight optical illusion because of the different colors, but the actual like line widths, they're the exact same. So let's take a look. All right, friendos, we have made it. We have made all of the Kawecos. So this fine nib here, I actually have eyedropper converted because while I don't typically do that, I just want to test it out and see, what it's like. So this feels really, really good. Again, I have tuned it slightly so that it is a little bit smoother. Right now you'll feel a little bit of tooth, but not really that bad. And I've made it a little bit wetter because, we all know I like fire hoses. So I really, really like it. The ink in this is Lamy Aquamarine. My fine nib is this guy here, this clear frosted, I think it's called coconut or something like that. I really, really like it a lot. This, to be honest, like line width, you do get it a hair thicker. But this is where you'll really notice a difference with the way that it feels. Oh, that was the extra fine. So it's a bit smoother. You don't get as much tooth. You do get a little bit wetter of an experience, but honestly, these two are pretty darn close. Where you'll start to see the biggest jump in line width is with the medium. This one actually I did nothing to. I didn't tune this one at all. It just came out nicely from the factory. This is where you really start to bump up in line width. And then if you want a big, juicy burger, get the broad nib. This sucker is where you really get, well, a broad nib. This is where you're gonna get that bold line. You're gonna get, you know, all of the ink. I'm not usually a broad nib person, but I thought, I mean, come on, if I'm getting 4, I might as well have the full gamut here. Oh, I forgot to tell you the inks. Okay, so extra fine is Lamia Aquamarine. Fine is the J.Herbin Orange Indian. The medium is Sailor Manyo Kikyo, however you want to pronounce it. And the broad is Tassia Benetouchi or something like that. It's actually this guy here. This I just picked up as well. So Tassia and then this ink. So that is what is in the broad nib. It's the first time I've actually used it, and I think I like it so far. It's right in my wheelhouse of like warm browns. So if you haven't checked out my Pilot Kakuno review, do that. So the fine and the extra fine are pretty close. I mean, clearly you do get a little bit of a difference, but unless they're side by side, I'm gonna say they're virtually negligible, the difference. And the experience is pretty much the same. Now, if you go from the extra fine to the medium, then there's a definite jump in the line width. Between the fine and the medium, there's a definite jump as well. Not exorbitantly huge, but it is there. The broad is definitely broad. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That jump is delineated. You will not miss it. But I appreciate the fact that there is minor differences between them all. There is a different feel, tactile feel from the nib to the paper on them all. This is the Goulet Notebook Tomoe River, by the way. But they all feel pleasant. Again, I have tuned the fine and the extra fine. So they were a little bit toothier out of the box, but I prefer it smoother. So I took a spin on some micro mesh, but I'm impressed. I really, really like them. I love the fact that you can get them in so many different designs. I clearly like the, skyline type style where you get the silver trim, but you can get gold if that's your jam as well. So let me know in the comment section below if you've tried any of these pens. Did you like them? Did you not like them? Did you have an extra fine, medium, broad? What size did you have? Let me know down below. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more every Monday and Friday and the occasional Q&A on Tuesday. Guys, as always, I appreciate you watching, hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.